Yo, how we doing today? I hope you're doing good. No, I'm doing good. And yeah, my name is Judah Balaz. Welcome to my new YouTube channel. So, reason I decided to start this YouTube channel was because I want to learn how to be more articulate and I want to work on my public speaking and maybe like this will help me with social skills because I'm usually a pretty reserved person, and I also just want to share my thoughts to the world and do something consistent and keep sort of a journal. So, anyway, the topic I want to be talking about today is social media. So, social media is it's kind of a thing that everyone it's just normal for, kids in my generation. It's something that we've grown up with and it's something that a lot of people I think just kind of overlook and they don't really think about it. It's just a part of their day. Um, Personally, I watched a lot, maybe a little too much self-improvement YouTube and like shit like this guy Hamza and a little bit of Iman Gaji and I even watched some Andrew Tate back when he was booming in like 2020 or 2022 or something. Um, and I think I took a lot of valuable lessons from those guys, but I also got a lot of bullshit from them. And a lot of them were just trying to sell courses. Something that I will stick to if I ever got big as a YouTuber. This will always be just a side project. And I never want to make this my main thing. I never want to make money off of sponsorships or anything or courses. If I ever make a course in my life, it's going to be a free course because I know I'm going to make enough money to not need more money from the course. Of course, I'm saying that now, but who knows? Maybe I'll be more greedy in the future. So, anyways, social media is just something that a lot of people take for granted, I think, and kind of underestimate. You know, um, I see kids all the time like scrolling and laughing and being distracted from what's going on around them, honestly. Um, when my friends scroll around me, it honestly it's a little bit offensive. It's like, what, do you not want to be around me? Do you not want to talk to me? Have a conversation about something in our lives, something we care about, something we find funny? I think scrolling might have robbed us of true connection. Mark Zuckerberg created Facebook because he wanted people to be connected, but I don't think that this is the way that humans were meant to connect. You know, it's nice, it's a nice way to advertise products and all that, but it's really just turned a lot of people into consumers, not creators. Imagine everyone, was everyone is special in their own way, but imagine everyone created things and was able to talk about things and build things, we'd be so much further than we are now and probably less divided, honestly. So yeah, I think scrolling is bad in any context, and I think if you are scrolling, you should stop. Any platform, you need to stop. Personally, it's really only been about 2 or 3 months of completely cold turkey, no scrolling, and I can tell you how I did it. It took me maybe a year or two of trying to quit, deleting Instagram, re-downloading it, blah blah blah. And I would always come up with some excuse like, "Oh, I need to talk to my friends on it. I need to see what videos they're sending me. I need I like it's I need to be able to post stuff to my story, like this, like this the school pages that like say, oh, this person is graduating and he's going to this college. Everyone like reposts that to show that they like care about the person. I think that's just a load of bullshit. I don't think you need to do that to show that you care that somebody is going to this college, and you don't need to put it on display. Um, so maybe I'm being a little bit too, I don't know, cynical about all this stuff, and I'm viewing it in the wrong way, maybe. And maybe I am, but I truly don't believe that this is how humans were meant to connect, and we can do so much better. So, what I would recommend to you, if you want to stop, and a lot of people don't want to, a lot of people don't see the point. I I try to never mention it that I don't use social media because I don't want to come off as snobbish or whatever. And I never ever try to convince people not to. But if you clicked on this video, then maybe you're interested in my opinion, or maybe you want to stop. So I want to show you how. And the way I did it was first, I completely removed TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. I asked my dad to set screen time controls on them so I can't even go on them if I wanted to. So I deleted them, and whenever I want to make an Instagram post, I just re download it. And to see what my friends are sending me, I just go on my computer on Instagram once or twice a day and I check what they're sending me. But really, I don't even watch what they send me. Like, the only thing I watch is what my girlfriend sends me. But, like, my friends, I kind of just, I don't know. It just, honestly, whenever I see them sending me something, it kind of just makes me sad and it reminds me that they are stuck in this cycle of scrolling, and they send me like a cute dog video. And like, it's cute, but you could be doing so much more with your time than watching memes? Like, ever since I started consuming less social media, I've been watching great, movies and TV shows, become more cultured in that. I learned the guitar and I made so much progress on it, because I haven't been being distracted, you know. Um, I play a lot of guitar and I've gone far with it in the past like 7 months of me playing. Um, so yeah, once you've done that, once you've deleted all the apps from your phone and you've started doing that, you need to find things to separate yourself from that scrolling, lifestyle. That's what I'm gonna call it. You have to find something you can do other than scrolling. Being bored is good, just sitting there, and a lot of times that's all you can do. If you can't scroll, you just have to sit there with your thoughts, and that's honestly a good thing. But if you can't do that, if you don't have access to other things, I mean, if you can do other things and you don't have to just sit and think, then I recommend you should try to read a book or something. Personally, I can't choose like what I can't really like stay like in one book. I'm kind of like juggling books right now, like many different books, but I'll show you guys what I'm reading real quick. So I'm reading like one more book other than these. I forget which one it was, but here's what we got so far. We got The Psychology of Money. Um, this one's pretty interesting. I'm only like a chapter or two in, but pretty interesting. Uh, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. This one, he, I like his style of thinking, but at the same time, it's a little, I don't know, unrealistic. I don't think a lot of people can just like stop giving a fuck. It's a hard thing to do. Think and Grow Rich. This book is extremely informative and it literally gives you like ways to plan how you want your career to go. Me personally, I'm going into real estate, so this book has been helping me out a lot, shaping my goals. And then I'm reading this Sigmund Freud book a little bit called The Ego and the Id. It's one of his shorter books and kind of just explains his theory of the ego in your mind and this other thing in it called the id. So those are the books I've been reading lately. And if you want to try one of them, go for one of them. If you want to go for a fiction book, a history book, you do that. I like more informational books, self-help books, uh, that can help me reach where I want to go in life. And what I want to do in life will be talk for another day. But I'm going to talk a little bit more about social media. So, another thing about social media is that it 100% leads to depression and body image issues and so much shit that we do not need in this world. Um, for example, all the looks maxing shit. uh, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm not gonna pretend that I don't look good. Okay, coming from me might sound stupid, but looks maxing is like a load of bullshit. Okay, to a certain extent. To a certain extent, I know clavicular is a load of bullshit. To a certain extent, I don't think you should be going out and getting surgery, double jaw surgery, when you look like him. He is good where he is. I believe me personally, I'm okay with my features. So I'm not gonna go and get double jaw surgery. There are a couple things that are off with me. Um, but I'm not gonna go to surgery for them. I'm like pretty short. I'm like 5'7", so I'm not gonna go get height surgery. It's that I don't need that. You know, you need to be comfortable in your skin in life. It's always good to make sure you look your best. You don't want to be grimy. You want to take showers every day. You want to brush your teeth every day. You want to just do normal shit that humans do. Okay? If you do that, you will you'll look good. And if you have confidence, you'll look good. You know? That's all you need in life. You don't need to look like the perfect model ever. You just have to be happy because I bet you $1 million billion that Clavicular is not happy. I think he is a sad man deep inside. I don't know too much about him, but I don't really need to. I know a little bit about him and I don't like him. But yeah, that's my thoughts on him. And then, you know, it so many issues with girls, and their body image. Girls already have issues with that, but I think social media makes it a million times worse with all the Instagram models that these girls want to live up to and all the porn stars that, you know, guys get caught up with, and they're just setting unrealistic standards for women too. Um Most women do not look like Instagram models, and that for sure makes them feel like shit. Um I think it is almost equally as bad with guys. You know, I have a friend who sells peptides, and I I don't like that he does it. Honestly, I'll always love him. He's a dear friend of mine, but I don't support that he does that. I think I just don't think you need to get to that point where you're losing like 20 pounds in a week because of retatrutide and trying to make your skin extra extra perfect with GHKCU. Like, number one, it costs money, you know, and number two, you just that could you could potentially harm yourself, sticking needles into yourself without doctors like advisory, and it's just not something that I want guys my age doing. It's not something you need. You should just do things naturally. Creatine, that's good. You should take that. Me personally, I don't take it. That's just because I haven't been working out too much lately because I have an injury and I'm bad at being consistent with it. But once I get back into the gym after surgery, I will 100% be taking creatine again. Hmm. So, last but not least, what I want to talk about is achieving your goals. So, a lot of kids my age, I think I didn't really know what a lot of my goals were till just recently. And I think, it's normal for teenagers to be lost in life, not know what they want to do. But I think social media can make it much worse because, you know, I was sitting here thinking, like, oh, I want to be a bodybuilding influencer one day, and the next day I want to be this, and the next day I want to be that. Like people show you these unrealistic lifestyles and unhealthy lifestyles, and you might not get what you want in life if you go after other people's achievements. Every one of us has certain things, certain skill sets, certain qualities that attract us to different, things in life. Me personally, I really love music and watching movies and culture and stuff. If I could do that as a job, I totally would, but I haven't been doing it long enough to be something crazy in it. I don't think I'm going to do it as a hobby. If one day I become successful, then I become successful, but we'll see. But yeah, not only does it keep you from achieving your goals because you're sitting there scrolling on your phone while you could be achieving your goals, but it keeps you from knowing what your goals are in life. And it makes you want to get other people's achievements, and it just doesn't work out. And but yeah, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Judah Balaz, and peace out.